it's a fantastic day for rugby here in Nova Scotia. Beautiful day, big crowd, great rugby. There's been a real turnaround with rugby in this province the last couple of years, and this is getting better every year, and this is just another example of that. It's a fantastic day for rugby.
Talk about your personal involvement with rugby. When did you get started playing and getting involved?
I actually started with rugby later in life, actually. I didn't grow up with it. I started about 7 or 8 years ago with the Halifax Stars, and played a little bit, been involved with the club administrative side of things, just sort of doing a little bit of it. It's a real tight community, so you kind of do a little bit of everything with the sport when you get involved. So it's fantastic. It's socially a great sport and fun sport to play as well.
I think that's the thing that I always notice, the camaraderie between everybody. It's really something else. You know, we bring teams from Ontario, and it just seems like everybody just automatically becomes, a part of this bigger cause.
Yeah, I mean it's a very tight knit community. Everybody gets along. I mean, we go and beat the crap out of each other on the field, but when the game's over, it's over, and everybody sits down and has a beer, and it's I mean look at these people who are showing up. I mean everybody knows everybody. Parents, all age groups. There's kids around. I mean everybody. It's a real great community. It's probably one of the best things about rugby is the social aspect of it.
What's the progress of rugby in Nova Scotia right now? What are some of the main challenges you guys are facing, and how far has it come?
Well, I think challenges-wise, I think population's always going to be an issue for us here, just numbers. But it's really grown in the last couple of years. I mean, I think we can point to Jack Hanratty came and got involved with Rugby Nova Scotia a couple of years ago, and the turnaround there, just organization-wise, just getting a level of organization there has made a huge difference. Les Gilson, another one who came, and he's doing the high performance with Rugby Canada here, particularly on the women's side, a huge difference there with the two of those. I think if we're going to point to anything as far as what was the catalyst for the change with the program here, it's probably the arrival of those two. Yeah, it's been great.
Of course, we covered a lot of the AUS on Community One, and it feels like AUS women's rugby is really starting to take off. St. Francis Xavier again, of course, won this past season, but it feels like there's some real depth and a tough conference there.
Yeah, and I mean this game here we're watching right now is a perfect example of that. I mean, obviously there's a number of St. FX players out there, but you've got Jean Baker who played for St. Mary's. There are a few Acadia players out there, so I mean I think St. FX remains probably the king of the castle, and they're going to be tough to knock off. But it is growing, particularly up at Acadia. Matt Durant's got a good program there with their women's team, and it's really growing. It's good to see. I mean, again, when you talk about the growth of rugby in Nova Scotia, especially on the women's side, having that parity and having that level of play at the university level, having a varsity program at those universities is a huge help.
And obviously a big coup here, bringing in this Ontario Blues team. How hard was it to get these guys to come to Halifax?
To be honest with you, I wasn't really that involved in that side of it. My sense is they were probably keen to have a game. The Rock has always been a perennial powerhouse as well, so the two of those teams are probably as good as it gets in Canada. So to be able to have those two teams play each other later tonight, and then the U19 game earlier this afternoon, it was great. I mean, and again, with rugby, I mean, it's a community, right? So everybody knows everybody. Like I said, I wasn't involved in the decision to bring them down here, but I'm sure we didn't have to twist their arm that hard.
So one more game still to come, the senior game, and then what goes on after that? What does everybody do after that besides have a few beers?
Well, I don't know how far you want to get into that, but no, it'll be fun. Everybody will get together, and the players will sit down and have a beer and rest their weary bones after a game, and the fans will have a few drinks, and it'll just be a great time to see people you may not have seen for a while. I mean, we're early in the season, so we've had a long winter, and a lot of us haven't seen each other for a while, and it'll be great just to get together and spend some time together and have a few drinks.
You mentioned it was a brutal winter here. This is a great way to start a summer, isn't it, right here?
Yeah, no, absolutely, and the weather is cooperating, and it's a beautiful day. The sun's out. Can't get any better for rugby than this. I mean, we see, we often play rugby in terrible conditions in the rain and the mud and whatever, so it's nice to get a chance to play in nice sunny weather on the dry turf, and it's nice, good opportunity for them. I'm sure the players appreciate it.
All right, enjoy the day, Devin Maxwell. Thank you very much, man.
Thanks, Bill.
All right, no problem.
Thank you.
More to come, the second half coming right up.